When I put on this makeup, I had no intention of filming a tutorial, but I recorded it, so I'm just going to do a voiceover and you guys are going to see how I got this makeup look. Stay tuned, guys. I hope you will enjoy this video. Let's get started, guys. I filmed this a couple of weeks ago and now sharing it. So I'm using the NYX Brow Gel. I have been trying this for a few months now, and the things that I love about it is that it really holds your brows in place. Like literally, they will not move. However, my issue with this is that they look shiny, and I have tried so many things to try to get that wet look out of the brow, and I don't like it at all. I prefer a brow that looks matte because it looks kind of greasy and oily. That's not such a nice look. I mean, I've been able to kind of deal with it, but you know, but yeah, it really does hold the brow in place, and then you can just put brow powder to create the brow that you want. I'm just using here Too Faced Born This Way concealer to clean up the brows as well as create a base for this eyeshadow look. So I'm going into the deepest blue shade in this Ciate London palette. It is a shimmery metallic type of blue. I love the shade, really nice and deep, and I had no idea where I was really going with this look. I knew that I wanted to use this palette because I do enjoy it, and I was going to be wearing a navy blue top, so I said, you know what, let's just go with this and do something smoky. After packing that shade all over the lid, I'm going in with this kind of plum shade to blend out the crease. Very interesting, but yeah, I find those colors to be complementary, and that's actually why I chose the lip color that I did at the end. But I'm just blending out the crease here. Nothing too perfect or anything like that. I just want to make sure that that blue is blended into whatever I'm using in the crease, and notice that I'm keeping this plum shade more so directly in my crease area. Going in with an even lighter shade higher up in my crease. This is like a type of cool matte brown shade. So I'm blending out the plum shade with that shade so that it's not going to be too harsh or too stark as I get closer to the brow area. So now I'm just going over everything. I'm putting a little bit more of that plum shade back in the crease, and then I'm going to just deepen back up some of that blue that may have been lost by the blending. Really love this shade, and I love how it applied on the eyes. So of course this look wasn't planned, so I wanted to put the silvery blue all over my lid. I did not like how the shade applied or how it looked. I felt I looked kind of sick, so I just decided to go back in with the navy blue, bring it across the lower lid a little bit more so that the silvery shade will just show kind of like it's just lining my crease. Yeah, that wasn't planned, but that's what I did. Next, I'm actually using a makeup setting spray as my foundation primer, and I'm going with the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now, using a setting spray as a primer is a trick and a tip that I use and works so well. I actually hardly reach for foundation primers as much now since I started doing that. It just holds your foundation. It actually helps to control oils a little bit better for me. I love how my makeup wears. If you've not tried using your setting spray as a primer, try it. You might like it. And of course, you guys know that I love using the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation applied with a damp sponge because that just gives me the best application of this foundation. And it's a foundation that I've loved for years. Now, just going in to clean up the brow. I usually don't do shimmery shades on my brows, but I love that shade from the Ciate London palette. It just gives it like very slight highlight, so I did that, and I'm just doing a wing. I am not a wing expert, so don't ask me for any tips here. I just do what works for me. But this McQueen pen liner is life. It just is so amazing and works and makes it so easy for me, and this is where we are right now. Now, to put on the concealer in my under eyes, this that I just applied here is way too much product. As you will see, it was way too much. I actually could have done this with much less. And so I'm just blending this out with a Real Techniques brush. Yeah, I really don't know how people put on so much concealer and stuff, because the more product you put, the more you have to blend. And I'm not about that life. So of course I just passed my foundation sponge in the areas where I applied the concealer just to blend everything together. And I'm now setting my under eyes with the Beauty Bakerie Flower Setting Powder. I like this powder. It's not my favorite, but it works. I got it in BoxyCharm, and so I'm going to finish it for sure. Now, if I tell you all that I have found a use of the McGrath under eye blurring powder and I am obsessed with it to set all over my face, it is perfection. Oh my god, I am going to repurchase this now. I told you guys I'm not going to repurchase it, and I really wasn't, but now I am obsessed with it and I will repurchase it to set all over my face, not under my eyes. This Ambient Lighten palette from Hourglass, I have loved since I got it this year. Oh my goodness, it looks like nothing, but everything just blends beautifully on the skin. Honestly, if I'm going for a glam look, it's one of the palettes that I grab for because it's just so easy and flawless. I use the bronzer from the palette. I'm using that blush. It's not showing up that much on camera, but in person, you definitely see that kind of plummy look. It's very, very light on the skin, and I love how natural it looks. Then I'm just using a little bit of that powder as a highlight in some areas, and I love that it just melts into the skin. Doesn't look like you're actually wearing highlight, but it really reflects the light beautifully. The same plum shade that I used in my crease is what I'm using to line my under eye area. And I further blended that out with some of the matte cool brown that I used as well in the crease. And of course, you know what comes next, because I cannot do without an inner corner highlight, and that's the same shade that I actually used in the brow bone, but applied with a different brush. It really packs a punch, and I loved how this looked. That is exactly what I needed in the inner corner to complete that blue smoky look. And I'm using a Colourpop lip liner, like what's new, but this one is in Ellarie because I am going to pair it with a pink lippy. So this is a type of plum shade, again very similar to what I used on my eyes. Colourpop lip liners are very long lasting on me, but what I'm doing here is I'm taking the wand of the liquid lipstick and I'm just blending the lip liner into the lippy. You can actually do that with a brush, but I just chose to use the wand to blend it in, and this is what we're looking like. Just gonna set the face with another Korean makeup spray that I love, and this is what my blue smoky eye looks like. What do you guys think? And a pop of pink on the lips. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in another video soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.